We are at the last leg of political campaign, and I guess this video is only going to put a little bit of awareness as what is needed in our state of Meghalaya. And of course, it applies to all the 60 constituencies that is within the state itself. One thing that's quite clear, and it should have been clear, I might add, 70 years ago, right? That socialism failed. It failed precipitously. I mean, can you even imagine, somebody sitting in Shillong or Delhi telling, how the schools should function without knowing the nuances in those regions, without knowing the habits and customs of those regions. And I think it's just preposterous to think that socialism can avail anything but complete disaster. That said, I'm actually quite happy with the BJP government because they've finally realized that the only redemption that can be had as a person, as a tribe, and as the state and the country itself is economic independence. And capitalism can avail that. Capitalism can provide us with all those things. And it has proven to be true for most countries, whether it is Japan or South Korea or United States or any of those countries. It has become increasingly clear that it is in the customs and the religion of those peoples that that made equality, true equality, before the law and amongst people. And socialism just degraded us to the Stone Age. If you walk around Meghalaya now, the only thing that can be seen are dusty roads, schools that are half rotten. I teach at a rural school here, and half of the time I have to breathe all the detritus, sand and silt raining down from the ceiling and the roofs and all of those things upon our students. And I think if you know science, or if you've read it, air pollution is the number one cause of all chronic diseases, whether it is diabetes, hypertension, and all of those things. And I think this naked belief that our forefather had given on socialism is completely misplaced and mistaken. And I think if you really are to survive, given the fact that we are at least 50 years behind many of the first world countries, the first thing we need to start from the get-go, here and now, is to establish some kind of an avenue for young students, young people, to create jobs, to create employment of their own. The complete inanity of everything, this saturnine system that I'm confronted every day, make itself manifested in this kind of question I'm asked whenever I go for an interview as a teacher. The first question they ask is not whether you have any experience teaching, or whether you have or whether you know the subject quite thoroughly. The first question they ask is, do you have a B.Ed? And I'm thinking, well, wait, doesn't my specialty in some subjects such as biology or English have any say in all of this? Doesn't my experience prove nothing? And I think we are seeing, if you have to imagine a place that is functioning well, you would imagine wide roads, clean schools, a protected environment, and all of those things. And you cannot see it in Meghalaya. None of it is being manifested, and it has not been manifested physically because it was not there in the imagination of these politicians. You know, if I have to be blunt about most of my politicians, is that they are lazy thinkers, they are inept, and they are weak person. And if this statement of mine should disturb anybody or should offend anybody, I do apologize. But, how can we escape it? The truth stares at us every day. The dusty roads stares at us every day. The fact that things, a lot of the electronics that I buy cannot even survive for 3 months stares at us every day. It is being manifested in every single facets of our lives. But then I'm also told that as a teacher I'm not allowed to preach politics. Well, fuck that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to teach my students to be very political. If politics is the lifeblood of a state, everyone should be able to say and think and criticize and do all the things that need to do that. So this is my little rant before the 2 weeks that you shall all be selecting somebody. But if you do select somebody, please select somebody who do something, right? Make it easier for your child to go to school. Make it easier for your child to set up a business, and not because he's related to you, but just because he's good at that, or she is good at that. And I think if you can get to that point, maybe we have some hope, even if we are 50 years behind many of the countries in the world. Thank you.